Hello everyone and welcome to So Many Games All the Time. My name is Joachim as usual, and today we'll be playing Nova Roma, and we're playing solo, but first I'll explain how the regular game works and everything, then the solo rules, and then we'll do the playthrough. Alright, so first of all, in Nova Roma, introduction is, in 324 AD, Emperor Constantine selected the ancient city of Byzantium on the shores of the Bosphorus to become the site of his new capital. He named it Nova Roma, which means New Rome. To establish his magnificent new capital, the emperor summoned his most trusted patricians and tasked them with a variety of duties. With the emperor's tireless support, this incredible task was accomplished in just 6 years. In Nova Roma, you are the head of an ancient and noble Roman house. You must deploy your family members and retainers to accomplish a variety of goals, construct buildings, dominate sea routes, secure resources, race in the hippodrome, and hire specialists. At the end of the game, the family that has done the most to please the emperor and achieve their own agendas will emerge as the victor. Now, the whole game revolves around this mechanic, which I will explain shortly. But suffice to say that all these 8 spots are actions, and you can see they are loose. So in the beginning of the game, these will be randomized, so every game you play will be different as how you will, make the combinations and so on. So how does the game work exactly? During the first turn, the first player will flip this over, and then you have 2 positions. Those are the possible positions of the emperor. So for example, he could be here, and I always take an artisan. So he could also be here. So the artisan is to make it easier for whoever has to choose what the 2 locations are. If you take it away, it's more difficult to check, it takes longer. So obviously the person would then choose. Now, then whoever is first player, they already chose this, then they will place their patrician. So let's say the emperor is here. They've chosen this, right? Then they will place their patrician. Now the patrician has a power of 1, but the emperor also has a power of 1. So let's say I put the patrician here. That means this action will have a power of 2, 1 and 2. Now, had there been somebody else here, that would not have changed anything, because it's only your color plus the emperor. This person does not have an effect on your power. However, if you have another one here, then you would have 3 power, obviously. So when you place a patrician, for example this person, it would then be 2 power for this action and 1 power for this action. Of course, later on, you put somebody here, then you have 2 power for this action and 1 power for that action. And whichever action you want to do first, that's up to you. It can be in any order, but of course you have to completely finish one action before you can do the next one. Yeah. So obviously you're going to see people are going to try to block each other when you are placing these patricians. So now that it's clear how that works, I'll put him here for now. Yeah, whatever. So we'll go over all the different actions. So I'm going to start in the top left because that is the easiest one. Now you see those 2 ships here, that has to do with the solo setup. Normally all ships start here, okay? But like I said, we're going to be playing the solo game, so that's why these 2 are here. Now, let's say you do the sail action, which is of course this boat, okay? So I put him here, 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 or here. All of these are the sail action, right? So let's say he's here. That's just 1 power, all right? That means I only have 1 power, because this here, this icon is this shows you, this is the power icon. So you can see power here, you can see the icon here, 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 here. It just constantly comes back everywhere. That's how important it is, okay? So I have 1 power. Let's say the emperor is here, so I have 2 power. So then I can move my ship. You can see this is a cost of sailing. So this would be 1, and then I can go once more for 2. Or I could do 1 and 1, or I could do 1 and 2. So you can see there are 2 ways that you can go. The distance is the same. The rewards are different, all right? And the point of sailing is that you want to go all the way around, and try to get here first. So whoever arrives first here will get 14 points, and then whoever is second is 12. If you're really focusing on this a lot, you might even be able to put both your ships there and get both spots, right? Of course, that will be challenging. So what are some of the bonuses? Like this is, for example, influence, which is on your board on the bottom. More about that later. This will give you a coin. This will be points. This will give you an artisan. We start with one already, but more about those later. These wheels represent racing and the hippodrome. More about that later. This means you can instantly play a card from your hand, as you already expect. More about that later. This will give you 2 resources, and that's it. Now, another thing about the points. Your boats will get the points depending on how far they get. So if this one's here, it's obviously 14. If he gets here, he'll only get 7. So he will not get the 3, you just get the highest. So it's not 3 plus 7. No, it is only 7. That's why the points, you do them at the end of the game. Then you don't forget, because if you get here and give yourself 3 points and you give here 7 points again, that means you're playing wrong. So just do the points at the end of the game is my suggestion. All right, so that is sailing. If you want to sail, it's not that simple actually, because you also have to take a boat. Now you can't really see the boat because I want to zoom in as much as possible, but this is an example. The ships basically, I think, all look the same anyway, art-wise, but you can see the bottom, which is most important. So depending on your power, you have to pay one of these cards. So for example, these 2, you can only have access to them if you have 1 power. If you have 2 power, you have access to all 3. If you have 3 power, you have access to all 4 of these. All right. So of course, the higher the power, the easier it's going to be to pay for your voyage, because this is the costs. Okay. So when you go and sail, make sure you can actually afford it. You only have to pay one of these ships and then move as much as you want with both ships or one ship. Well, depending on your power level, of course. So let's say you paid for this, 1 horse and 1 coin. Then you will put it here. You can also put it face up, I guess it doesn't really matter. You put it here, and then that will count towards your total of sea cards or sail cards, which is important for later, but I'll explain that later. Okay, so this is the sail action. Then secondly, we have the build action. So you can see it here. This is the build action. So let's say it's like this. So once again, 2 power is easiest to explain with 2 because you can see more of the options. And obviously with sail, if you have 3, you can do more stuff. Well, let's say we have 3. This is 3 power, right? So when you have 3 power, you have access to all the buildings. Same idea as with the sail action. You can't see the buildings as much, but you can see here, this is for example 1 spot, and somehow I shuffled, but they're all statues. They all just have 1 spot. So let me give you an example of later on. For example, this building has 3 spots, and they actually represent cubes. So for example, it would be like this. Yeah. So when you build it, you use an artisan. This artisan goes back to the supply because there's a red X. It just means it's gone. You don't get it back. 1 stone and 1 coin. You also get 3 points at the end of the game. So let's say you build this, right? Then if you have power level of 3, you can choose where to build it, either here, here, or here. If it's power level 2, it's only gray or red. If it's power level 1, you can only build it here. And because it's like Tetris basically, you have this shape, so you choose where to put it. But you can see a lot of bonuses, right? So let's say I put it here, these 3. Now I get 1 food because I have completely surrounded the food, okay? But had I put it here, you can't even do it here. It'd be like this or something. So let's say it is like this. I would not get a bonus because this one is not covered yet. And let's say later on the pink player builds a building and they do this. Now it is completely covered. Now the pink player and myself both get 1 influence. So it's basically you're building buildings, but everyone who surrounds 1 bonus, everybody will get it. So it's perfectly possible in a 4-player game that 4 people have surrounded this horse together. So all of them get 1 horse. Okay, So that's something to know. Why else is building these buildings important? Well, because of majority. Whoever has the most cubes here, so the most buildings, will get 5 points. Second, third, 1. And you can see it goes up. If there's a tie, both of you get the amount of where you tie. So if you're tied for second place, both of you get 5 here. If you're tied for first place, both of you get 7, and so on. All right. So that is how building basically works. So once again, depending on your power level, if you have power level 1, you can choose between these two. Power level 3, you can choose between the first 3. Power level 2, sorry. Power level 3, you choose between all 4. All right, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But once again, make sure when you do the build action, you can actually afford the action. Okay. Right, so that is a build action. Then we will go here to the hippodrome. So this is the racing action. Is it the racing action? Yeah, the race action. So then let's say we're here, and I'm always showing you maximum power. One thing though, for the build action, even if you have 1 power, if there's a building here that has 4 blocks, you can still just build it. So the size of the building has nothing to do with your power. It's just where it's located here, whether you can buy it or not. Anyway, back to the racing. So in the racing, depending on your power, it just means how far you can move your chariots. So you can see the wheels here, these are chariots. The pink is here because you're playing solo. This is how the bot, the AI starts. But normally everybody starts in the beginning in a normal player game, like 2, 3, or 4 player game. So let's say I have 3 power. So I can divide, I can do 1, 2, 3, or I can do 2 and 1, or I can have 1 go all the way and go 3. So this is a good example. Let's say I'm here. If I cross the line, I have to pay 1 horse. So I decrease my horses by 1. You can see there's a line here for horses, there's a line here, and here it's double horses if you want to go to the end. All right. Now you can see I'm here on top of pink. Now pink is still first, okay, because they got there first. In some games, the top one are first, but in this case, it's not. Pink is first, even though I'm in the same spot. You can also see there's a wheel on these locations, also here. If you're on a wheel, you can choose between a reward. You either get an objective marker, which is the hand that you can see, or you get 1 influence. Now, everyone is always going to choose objective markers, and then when you've taken all 3 of them, you will move on to influence, okay? Because it's way too good not to take it, but more about that later. It has to do with the mosaic stuff. Now, let's say you only have 1 power, but what I'm going to say next applies to any type of power. But even if you have 1 power, it can still be worth it to use it, because you can always boost your chariot by spending artisans, okay? So you can remove your artisan, throw him in the supply, and then move yourself 1 extra spot. And you can do it as many times as you want, okay? You can spend 10 of them if you have, and then really boost it, okay? So then you have also these. At the end of the round, there are 5 rounds. At the end of the round, we will see who is farthest along the blue track. So at this point, that would be the AI, and they would then get this token. So 3 points goes to them. All right. And we already know the next round what they will score, which is red. Okay. So if you reach the ending, you will get 5 points, of course. Also here, it's not who gets here first. It is just if you get here, you get the 5 points. But of course, if you are here first and there's a token to be won, you win, obviously. So that is the racing track. Okay. That's all you need to know for that. Then let's continue with these, which is the recruit action. Yes, the recruit action, and this one over here. So let's say, once again, you see I'm always moving the emperor, but that's just because of an example, okay? In a regular round, the emperor will not move. So let's say I have 2 power, or let's make it more interesting, 3 power, okay? So then is a recruit action. First of all, depending on your power, that is how many cards you can draw. So I say draw because you can choose, but you can also top deck. So let's say you take the stone cutter for 1 and then 2 from the top. And then after your turn, this will be replenished. This will move to the left and a new one will come out. Okay. Then, depending on your power, you can play 1 card. If you only have 1 power, like this, for example, if you only have 1 power, then you have to pay 2 coins and you can place 1. If you have 2 power, then you have to play 1 coin and place 1. If you have 3 power, or it can even be like this, doesn't really matter, then you can play for free. So obviously playing for free is much more appealing. And when you play, you look at one of the cards in your hand or the ones that you've just drawn. And then, for example, you choose, oh, I'll take the singer, and you put it there. Okay. Now, why are these cards interesting? We actually have examples of all of them here with us, because these cards give you a variety of things. For example, if you do the action that has this icon, which is, for example, the trade action that I haven't explained yet, if you do this action, you get this bonus. Okay. So if you do trade, you get 1 food. If you do trade, you get 1 stone. If you do the petition action, this one, it's +1 power, because these cards, you have them for each action. These cards are really good because it will always increase your action that you do. So if you only have 1 person for this action, for example, but you have this card, that means the power will be 2 for this one instead of 1. But then it has a 1 time, so you flip it over, and next round, after the cleanup phase, you can flip it back up, or during the cleanup phase actually. So then we also have this one. So all these 2 are also one-offs, and then you flip them over, then later on you flip them back. This one, the singer, means forever. It means every time you do this petition action, you will always get a coin. All right. And then here, the ship captain, you can see the sand timer here. That means end game scoring. So the ship captain will give you 1 point for each sea card, sail card that you have. All right. So up to you how many you want to play throughout the course of the game. But remember, every time you do the action, you can only play 1 card. And once you have 4 cards, the 4 cards are basically free in the beginning, like there's no extra costs. But when you play your 5th card, you have to play 1 influence per card. And you can only have a maximum of 7 in front of you. You can only have a maximum of 6 in your hand. Okay, so your hand size is 6, play area is 7. If you want to play an 8th one, you remove 1 that you already have. And remember, your 5th card and every card after that is +1 influence. Okay, and you start with 2 of them, and you do it either with draft or just randomly. In this case, it was randomly. All right, so that is the recruit action. Okay, then we will continue. We'll do petition for later. We have this one here, and that is a produce action. But I'm actually going to do this one first. That makes more sense. We will do the upgrade action. So upgrade is here. So let's say 2 power, right? So then we look here. We have power times influence. So I have 2 power, so I increase my influence by 2. All right. Then it says I can spend wine to get more influence. So I can move my wine down for +1 influence. If it's all the way at the top, and you can get +5 or +4, +3, +2, whatever. Okay. So you can increase influence very quickly with wine. And then I get to take a tile. So the first 2 tiles are free. The other 2 tiles cost 1 coin. And this tile is a special tile. You can see they're special estate tiles. It costs 1 wine to take it. Now, how do these tiles work? Well, if you, for example, take this first one, it's self-explanatory. You spend 1 influence and you get a good of your choice. You just put it somewhere on this grid. So later on, which I'll explain, when you put an artisan there, you would get 1 wood, 1 wine, and also this action, if this guy is on here. Okay. Now, some tiles are different. Now, this animal, this one will just take up a spot, which means you can no longer put your person on there. But the animals give you endgame scoring. You have 1 paw, it's 2 points, 2 paws 5, 3 paws 9. And in this estate tiles here, there's 1 paw that gives you 2 animals. So that's an instant 5 points, plus an extra 1 is 9 points, so that can be interesting. This one is just wood, more resources. This is a giraffe also. This special tile, you can see a lightning, that's a one-off. So I can put it wherever I want. And then I can put my person on it. So I go here. You also get the stone and the horses. And then after you activate this, you get the 2 wheels. You spend it on the hippodrome. Then you flip it over and it's now used. And you can still go there to get both of these. Okay. It's only with an animal that you can't really go there. However, there seems to be a special tile that will allow you to go there anyway. So you can take an animal, put it here. Normally he can't go in here, but apparently there's a card called the Tamer where you can still go there if you want. So, but of course then you have to be lucky that it comes out. Okay, so anyway, so that's how that works. All these different tiles. And once again, on the turn that you do this, you can only get one tile. Then doesn't matter how much power you have. The power just leads you to get influence. Then we have this action, which is the produce action. And depending on your power, you can do this action. So that means, let's say we have 3 power. It's here, right? Let's say it's like this. All right, 3 power. Then you can get 3 artisans. You just get 3, you put them here, you're done. Or you can say, you know what, I'm going to get 1 artisan. So I now have 2. And then I'm going to do the bottom action twice, which means I will pay food for both of them and then put them in my farm. So let's say I take the first one, I pay food, and I put them here. So it'll give me 1 food and 1 coin. So the food goes back up, I get a coin. Then I put this guy here, I spend the food, but I get the food back because of here, and I also get wine. Wine goes up. And that is at the end, okay? Or you can just say, basically you can mix and match. And the reason why you want artisans, you already know, to activate here, but also to spend them to move forward here. And sometimes also for building, you need them sometimes as well. I forgot to explain something with the produce section. When you place an artisan here, you would get the rewards of everything as usual. If you then place a second one here, you would get the rewards here and here and here as usual, but then you would get the rewards here as well if this were a regular place, okay? So then you get, you can do this action and you get another wood if there was someone there already. So if they're next to each other, they basically boost off each other, all right? So yeah, so that is a produce action. And then we have the trade action that is very straightforward. So we have it here. Let's say we have 3 power. That means we get 3 coins. And then you can sell cards. So for each 2 cards, you get 1 coin. And then you can spend coins to increase the resources. All the resources cost 1. So I have 3 coins. I can spend all of them if I want. And like 1, 2, and 3, something like that. It doesn't matter. Okay, whatever I want. And that's the end of that action. Okay. Okay, so that covers basically almost the whole game. The only thing that I haven't talked about is the mosaic. Now, we start with 4 hands like these, right? So that means we can cover 4 spots, but we can gain 3 more at the races, right? So the maximum you can cover is 7 spots. So remember this, you cannot cover everything, which is important. The first row is the easiest. So let's say this one. This means you have to cover 3 spots in the hippodrome. All right. So I have to go forward 3 spots. So let's say if my wheel is here where it is right now, that's okay. Then on my turn as a free action, I can put this on only once on my turn. And then I will get the reward here, which is 1 good. The points are at the end of the game. All right. Now, if I'm really good and I manage to play 1 card and also 1 tile, on my next turn, I cover it up again, get another good. And on my 3rd turn, with my 3rd partisan, I managed to have 2 buildings, magically, which is possible actually, because I haven't explained this action yet. You can have 2 buildings, then I cover this, so I get another good, and then I finish a line, which means I get another good here, all right? I finish a row, and also 1 gold. Now you can see if you finish this row, it is 1 influence and 4 points at the end of the game. You finish this row, it is 1 influence and 5 points. You can also finish diagonally, 1 influence, a coin, and 2 points. The other diagonally, same thing, or straight down, also 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, influence, and coins, okay? What else is important about this mosaic is that if you cover these spots, it's 5 points each. So if you cover all 3 of them, it's 15 points. Cover all 3 of them, it's 9 points. Cover all 3 of them, is 6 points. But of course, you don't have to cover all 3 of them. If there's 2 here, it will be 2 plus 2 is 4. If you have 1 here, it'll be 5, and so on. Okay, but this can be a huge amount of points. I'm talking about 20 to 30 points. Okay, so do not neglect this. Some other things, you have 6 influence, and once you have 6 influence, you can say, oh look, I have 6. Then you subtract 3 of them, you decrease it by 3, and then you can put your token on it. This means you need to have 4 sale cards. This means 5 people and or buildings. So the buildings go here, here, people, all right? So it's a combination. Here it's 6 people, 6 buildings, 5 tiles, okay? All right, then one action that I haven't talked about is the petition action, which is here. So this is where you'll be spending most of your influence. Now in a multiplayer game, you want to spend your influence to get the first player token, which is this one. And you can see at the end of the game, it gives you 2 points. But let's say I'm first player, okay? And it's like this. On my first turn, right, when I play my first partisan, I can do patrician. I can do this action if I want to, but I will not be allowed to maintain the first player token. Not allowed. Not on my first patrician. But let's say after that, it's Pink's turn, and then it's my turn again, and I go here. Pink did not get the first player marker. It's my second turn. Then I can decide to get it and then also keep it. All right. So basically, you have to give one turn the other people a chance to get it from you. If they don't do it, then you can maintain it. If not, it'll go to the next person on the left, which will basically make you last next round. So it is something to think about if you have an excess of influence to maintain it. You don't need this in the solo game. So then the second action, which is arguably way more important, you look at the power level. So at this point I have 3 power. So I spend 3 influence, okay? Or less if I decide to. You can spend 1, 2, or 3 because you have 3. But of course, if you have only 1, then you can only spend 1. Duh. So let's say you spend 3 power. Then you can do any of the other actions for 3 power. So like I said, building 2 buildings, you have the build action here and this one here. So if I go here, I can use this action and say, okay, I spent 3 influence. I'm going to build for 3 influence. I do that. Then for my second action is also build. I can build for 1 influence, for 1 power. Sorry, for 1 power. So that's perfectly doable. Now, you don't have to do that. This can be produce and build or trade and build. This just allows you, if somebody has completely blocked one action, this action will still allow you to do that blocked action, okay? But of course it costs influence, so you need to be able to pay that. Also, let's say you do this and you do the trade action. These trade cards will not give you a bonus because you're initially doing this action. So you'll only get bonus from cards that have this icon. Of course, for example, the singer. The singer will give you 1 coin when you do this action, but when you use this action to do a trade, these 2 will not give the bonus. You have to do it directly, okay? All right, I think that covers everything. There is also the issue, of course, of endgame scoring, and it is a lot. There are 11 things. So first of all, the sailing routes. So you check how many points you have. The building contracts, because remember the buildings have points in the top right corner. The build zone majorities. So you check who has the most and so on, and who is in which position, and you give the points. Then the chariot tokens. So you will see these tokens, who has how many, and then you give them the points. The hippodrome finishes. If you manage to get to 5 points, you get those 5 points. Endgame follower cards. So for example, the ship captain with the hourglass, you can see, you can then just add the points that you've gathered. Animal estate tiles. So these guys here, you can see it at the bottom right, how you score that. Then we have the mosaic board, which I've explained already. Remember, you can get a ton of points there. Goods and coins. That means you will add all the remaining goods plus your coins. So for example, I have 3 coins, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, divided by 4, it will give me 2 points. And then influence and artisans, I have 1 influence and 1 artisan to begin with, that's 2, so it will give me 1 point, because for every 2 you get 1 point. And then whoever has the first player token is 2 points. All right, so during the game, your point marker is almost never going to move. All right, so almost all the points are going to happen at the end of the game. That's something to keep in mind. It's not easy to have an idea of who's winning or whatever. But yeah, anyway, so let me talk to you about the solo mode. Now the solo mode is kind of special. You take the color of one other player, and then you cover up these spots with a black arrow. You know, these 4, these 3, these 2. That's already the AI. That already counts toward their points. You put the ships here, okay, and that's it for. And also the hippodrome. You put them here, and then whatever came out, that gets +1. Okay, and then I put it on easy, starts at 20, but it doesn't really matter. Medium is 30, hard is 40. But at the end of the game, when you finish playing, you can just add 10 or 20 to see if you would have beaten the medium or hard. That's the only thing that changes. So not that impressive. Anyway, so what else? How does the game work exactly? So let's say I start, obviously. So I place the Emperor. So I place him here. Next up, we are going to reveal another tile. Let's say it's the same one, which is impossible, but I don't want to, shuffle again. So I draw another tile, and then I place legionnaires. So obviously, this is now blocked, which can happen with my patricians or other stuff. If it is blocked, the AI will get 1 point, and then this is not placed. The other one, however, is placed. So that is how they naturally or organically block spaces. So let's say it's my turn. I put this one here, we reveal another one. Now there's suddenly one here, and so on, so on. Okay, that's how the blocking works basically with the legionnaires. And then throughout the round, nothing really happens with the AI. It only happens when the round ends, because during the cleanup phase, it will do some things. All right. So, of course, when the round ends, you take all the patricians back, you remove the legionnaires, but then you check. For example, this is red, right? We know it's going to come out. So during the cleanup phase, this is removed, given to whoever won, and this is placed here, which means they will go up 1 on the red track. Okay, so I always know where they will go forward 1 spot, which is important for later. Of course, also because you want to win, right? Another thing that happens is that in a normal game, the shipping contracts and the buildings, they don't get discarded, but in a solo game, they do. The shipping doesn't really matter. You discard them, you throw them away, whatever. But with the buildings, they become a separate stack, and the AI will get points for those buildings. So it's a good idea to make sure that whichever building is discarded is a low value, so they don't get too many points. And then also the ships both move 1 spot at the end of the round. Okay, so they start at 3. Okay, so move 1 spot, 2, 3, 4. So they only need 4 rounds to reach the end. So basically, if you want to prevent them from getting the top spots, sailing is important. So they do that, and then that is it. Everything else happens in a normal cleanup phase as well. All that other stuff happens too. All right, and then you do a new round, and so on until the game ends. Now, how do they score? Because the first time I played solo, I didn't really check, and then I was really, really surprised. So first of all, they get the points wherever their ships have gotten. So their ships are going to end up here for sure, unless you're there first. So let's say I managed to get here, then the highest they can score is 17 points. But they're going to get 17 no matter what, because 1 ship will be here, and 1 ship will be here or here, which will give them 7. Okay, for sure. So that's one thing that they score. They also score the building contracts, which I've already said, and then the zone majorities as well. All right, they'll score that as well as usual. And then the chariot tokens, where on each track where they are ahead of me, they don't need to be here. If they're ahead of me, they get 5 points. So you want to make sure they're behind you as well. Then you have the follower cards, but that's what I scored. They don't have follower cards. Then the mosaic board. So let's say I got stuff covered. Let's say I did it like this, and for some reason I did no hippodrome, which is bad. then the AI will score whatever I didn't cover. So the AI will get 2, 4, 6, 11, 16. So that's a lot of points. So that's why it's important, I would suggest, to cover the bottom row, because at least you're taking 15 points away from them. In this case, they would get 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, which is still much better than 16, for example. But you want to have more than 4. You want to have all your tokens on there. So they only get like 2 spots, I guess. Okay, and then that's it, basically. That is how the AI scores. In the rule book, it doesn't mention anything about scoring your goods, your money, your influence, your artisans, but you do still do that. That was double checked on BGG. They confirmed it, that you'd still get those points as well. So basically, as a normal player, you get the regular points. The only points you don't get is the first player marker, because, you know, you're alone anyway. So that's useless. Okay, I think that's enough. I think we can try the solo game now. You start with the same stuff as usual: 1 artisan, 3 gold, and 1 of each resource. The 2 cards that I start with, you've already seen: the ship captain and the singer, which I like the ship captain. I'm not crazy about the singer. Yeah, so now I have to decide where I'm going to put him. So like I said before, sailing is important. So let me first put it like this, like I always do. Sailing is important, and the hippodrome is important as well, to take the points away. So putting him here is actually quite good, because that would be +2 for the hippodrome already, and also set me up nicely for shipping. If I put him here, it is more difficult, although that would be easier to activate this one. But then I need to have influence, which I need this for. So yeah, you can see it goes in many different directions. I think I will leave him there, and then I will reveal a new one for the legionnaires. So 1 legionnaire will come here, and the other one will be here, which is not bad. I prefer it not to be here, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm first going to go here. Or maybe I should just try to get people first, actually. I'm going to go here first, because that will give me 2 power. And I'll do the upgrade action first, which gives me 2 influence. That's a 3. I'm not going to spend wine to get more influence, but I can get a token, and I'm going to spend influence to get the special token for the wheels, for the hippodrome. And I will put it here. There we go. All right. Then my second action will be to do this. So I get to draw 1. I think the priestess is the best option. So I'll take the priestess, and then I will play the priestess for 2 coins, which is actually very expensive. But yeah, it is what it is. All right. So now I have 1 person already. Yeah. I have 1 person and 1 tile, so I can immediately cover this. 1 person, 1 tile, and that will give me 1 good of my choice, and I will take back my wine for now. All right, so that is my turn done. So we revealed 2 new legionnaires, and this one goes here, and this one goes here. Well, it really doesn't want me to sail, huh? Okay, so the chariot is still interesting. This one is interesting now as well, especially with my influence. So I'll do this. So chariot I can do twice, so that's 2. And then here I can spend 2 influence, so I'm back down to 1, and do any action for the value of 2 influence. Or 2 power, sorry. So I could sail. I could also do chariot again, which will make sure I win. Get another tile. I think I'll just do the hippodrome first. So 1, 2. That means I have to spend a horse, but I do get a token. and I will win that for sure, so that's nice. And that's it. That was the end of my round. So we revealed 2 new legionnaires. So one of them goes here, and one of them goes here. So where am I going to go for my last one? If I go here, I have a power of 2 for both actions, but I only have 1 influence though. Oh yeah, I was supposed to refresh this. This will give me money every time I sail, which is pretty nice. So I'm obviously not going to sail. I could build, because I need to, oh, I can actually do this already. I should have done that in my last one, which gives me a good. I get my horse back. I could build a building and go here, which would allow me to take another tile, because I need to have 5 tiles eventually anyway. I also need more people. That would give me a value of 2, but then I would be broke, which I don't really like as much. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go here, because this would give me a power level of 3, gives me 4 influence in total. Oh, and I use this, I was supposed to flip it over. So that's 4 influence in total. Now there's 3. I'm not going to spend the wine. I can take a tile, and I think I'm wondering if I should get an animal. I am going to take an animal. Am I? I don't need to, per se. I think I'll take this one. I'll put it here. So then these move forward. There we go. And then I still have a build action that I can take. And that build action is going to be, it's only 1 power. So it's either going to be wood or stone. I'll just use stone. Yeah, I'll just use stone. I'll take this one. So it's just a 1 block in level 1. So I'm going to put it here. And that's it. Yeah, so I have now 1 building card there. Okay, that is the end of the round. So all these guys go back to where they came from. My patricians go back where they came from. The ships move forward 1 spot. I win the race, so I get the 3 points. The next race will be red, and the race after that will be also red. So they move forward once, and next round they move forward again, which basically forces me to spend an extra horse down the line. But anyway, this one, the baker, will go away. The new one that comes out is an oracle, which gives 1 influence every time we do the petition action. Then the sailing card is discarded. They move forward to the left. They move on to the left. New one comes out. This one is discarded for the AI, so they're gonna get 1 point at the end of the game. So that's really good for me. And this is a big one, right? 4 spots. Of course, more expensive as well. And then a double comes out after that. Okay, so then we will also remove this animal, and they move forward. So more wood, and then this one is 4 coins. All right, done. Yes. Okay, then I refresh this one as well. Okay. Then I will see where I have to place the emperor. So the emperor either goes here or here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him there because of the sailing. Yeah. Well, wait, here or here. Yeah, because of the sailing, I'm gonna keep him there. Okay, so then 2 legionnaires show up. One of them is here. the other one is here. Okay. So, I actually want to do this action too, but at the moment it doesn't really align to what I want to do. I could build and sail, so I'm going to do that. So I have a power of 2 to sail, so I will just do 1 and 1 because that will give me 1 influence and 1 coin. And then I can build for 1 power, and I will take the 2-pointer, so that's 1 good and 1 coin. So I'll use wood and 1 coin to get this one. So that's also 1 cube, and also has to be here somewhere. So I'll just put this one here and put it here. So that means 2. That means I can put this one here, and I get 2 goods and 1 coin, because I have 1 row, that's a good and a coin, and wouldn't that put it there gives me 1 good as well. So 2 goods and 1 coin. So I'm going to get my regular stuff back. All right, that was building, so they go to the left. Obviously I want to have this building stay there, so at the end of the round the AI can take it. So this building came out. It's a 3. Okay, so now 2 more legionnaires come out. 1 goes here, and the other one goes here. So if I go here, I can get a bunch of money, but I don't really want that. Here I can recruit and play a card, but it's really expensive, but I do need 6 people. So, yeah. So it's kind of annoying that this guy hasn't lined up yet with the recruitment action. So I could sail more, that would give me 3, which is pretty impressive, because that would give me some nice rewards. Yeah, I think maybe I should have put him here, because boosting the trade action, I'm not too crazy about that, if I'm honest. Let's see. I do have an idea. Then I need to race as well, honestly. But I can use that through here by putting a guy on here and give me horses and boost 2. Yeah, I'm just going to go here, which is a bit weird, but there's a reason, because I go 1 up here because of this. Before I do this, I'll do this one first, which means I will take a guy, spend 1 food, put him here, which basically gives me the food back because of here. I get 2. I get to move twice forward on the track, and I get 1 horse. So 2. And then with the chariot, I move forward 1, and I spend a horse. And which means I get this one. And at the moment, I'm still not winning. I need to move forward 1 more spot. But at least I am now where I am. And I know what I'm going to do next. So if the legionnaires allow it, because here they are. This guy is here, and this guy is here. They don't block me, because I was going to go here. Although it doesn't get me where I want to go, but I can go here. Same thing. So I will get 3 sailing, and then 2 chariots. So I'll just do 1 and 2, because it's going to be red again. So I spend 1 horse, and I get another one of these. And then I have 3 for sails. So it'll be 1, 2, and I get an artisan, and then 3. Okay. All right. That is the end of my turn. Yeah, that's the end of my turn. So can I put anything anywhere? Not really. Oh wait, I used my ship, so I have to pay something. So the ship was 3. Sadly, I can't use a horse. That was the cheapest. I'll do food and no, I'll do wine and stone. This one. There we go. And this much forward. This is revealed. Okay, so can I cover anything up? I don't think so. I only have one person. I only have one ship. People and buildings together is only 3, so that's not enough. I only have 2 tiles, so that's not enough. So no. Okay, so end of the round. The ships move forward. I win the hippodrome. A new one is revealed. Oh, red again, which is okay, which means I'm automatically going to win all of them. These all go away. And this one goes back. This one goes away. Marble dealer, 1 point for, and then plus 1 point for each stone that you have. These 2 go away. Special one that comes out is the animal one. That's very interesting. It's because it's 2. That's 5 points basically. This one goes to them, so they have 2 points, so I can live with that. The next one's going to be 3 points though, so it will be in my interest to build that building. And this one is already removed. Okay. All right. These will be shuffled. Oh. And I think that is it. Yeah, that's it. So. All right, so it either goes here or here. Sailing still has to be my priority for sure. And this is good for recruiting as well, so I like that it's here too. And it's good for this one too. This combination is awesome. Or I'll leave him there. And then 2 legionnaires come out. So one will go here and one will go here. Okay, so my first one is going to come here because that will give me 2 to recruit and 2 to do the influence thing. So I'll do recruitment first. I get to draw 2 people. I don't like any of these, I have to say. So I'll take 2 top deck. Mercenary, so it increases that one. This is only so-so because I'm already so far there. And engineer, this is really good because it adds power. So I like this one. I'm going to build the engineer for 1 coin because I have 2 power. So that's done. And then I can do this action. So it's also 2 power because I flipped this. So I paid 2. So I'm down to 3 influence. And it's just a power of 2. Now I can't use this now because it has to be this one. So I can do anything for the power of 2. So for example, I can move my ship there. I still have to pay a card though. I need resources as well. I think I'm going to use this action for 2. I'm going to place this guy here. The food comes back because of this, so I get a horse. And then here, the food comes back because you get 1. I get 1 wine, and then I spend 1 influence to get a stone. Okay. So these 2 are now used up there. Yeah, that is my action. So 2 new legionnaires come out. So 1 goes here, and the other one goes here. All right, so no more recruiting for me then. Boo. I mean, I can still do it through here, but that is kind of disappointing. But I think I will do it because I can do building with this. I can boost it. But I can also do sailing like this and build. But I can go there again later. But I need a guy now because I spent both of my guys, and for this building I need a guy, otherwise I give the AI 3 points. But then the shape of that building is not what I want, to be honest. So I don't have to worry about this part. That's done. I do need to sail. I really need to sail. Okay, I'm going to sail here. So this gives me 2 sail power, but I do have to pay. So I pay 1 horse. So now I have 2 trips there. And like I said, I have a power of 2. So I'm actually, I need to take him, yeah. I'm thinking about getting this, but then I'm wasting 1, so I don't want to do that. So he's here now. So he caught up. And then I have the build action, which will also be a value of 2. And it's going to have to be, I'm going to take this one. I think, no, I'm going to take this one. Because it's just 1 stone and 1 coin. 2 cubes. And I can do this, which gets me 2 coins. And the third building. Okay, then 2 legionnaires come out. This one is here, which is annoying. No more sailing for me. And this one is here. But I don't think I would have gone there anyway, honestly. I was gonna build again, I think. Well, let's see what comes out. Well, building will be level 2 again, which is not really possible with what I have. So I cannot build even if I wanted to. Unless I get a guy. If I go here, I can actually build because I can get a guy and then use that guy. No, I don't have the resources, no. I could do this, but then I cannot build at all. So I can go here. This will give me 2, but then I don't want to do this necessarily. So I could go here, but that doesn't give me any resources. Yeah. Going here would, yeah, it doesn't really matter. This doesn't give me anything either. Ugh. Because I can't get a building. Because I can't afford a building. Yeah. Because I don't have a guy. And even if I do have a guy, I need stone, which I don't have. And a way to get stone is a trade action. So I could actually do this and then use this to build. So I will do the trade action, but that just gives me 1 coin. But I can sell people, which I'm going to do because I'm going to sell the singer and the mercenary for 1 coin. So I have 4 coins. So then I can spend 2 to get 2 stone. And 1 more to get a horse. And then, so that was this action. Then I have this action for the power of 2. So I spend 2 influence. So I'm now at 0 influence. And I will do the build action. Well, I don't have to spend 2. I can only spend 1. But then I'm stuck here though, which is fine. Yeah, it's just fine. So I'll do this, just spend 1 and do this one. And I will build this building, which is 1 stone. And then one of my choice, which will be wine and 1 coin. So there's my 4th building. And it's 3 blocks. So I can choose to do it in 1 or 2. I think I'm going to do it in 2. So just to tie already. But if I do it there, I get a guy, which is actually really good. It's either a food or a guy. Well, it's better to tie here, I guess, for now. Yeah. So this will get me 1 food. Actually, no. I'm gonna go for the overkill. I'm gonna go here because I like the guy more. So up, there we go. And now I have this combination if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So I have 4 buildings. I have 2 guys. I have 2 of these. And 2 sails. So I still need to have a bunch of this. I can just go down here already if I wanted to, but I don't really at the moment. I want to get like an X, but it's going to be difficult to get there. All right, so next round, the ships move, which is horrible. I really need to get to the end now. Sailing becomes super important. So discard it, and they get 3 points from the building. Well, they did get just 1 point the first 2 rounds, so it's not that bad. Okay, and that's done. Nothing here. These are reset. These come here. I win. This one comes down, so it goes forward on red, but it's just on top of me, so it's fine. And the next one is white. They're going to move forward here eventually. I still need to pass them here, otherwise it's going to be 5 points. This one goes away. This one comes out, which gives wine if you do the trade action. These 2, oh, I forgot to get the animal. Okay, they go away. Influence, and also put 1 cube anywhere, just once. These 2 come back. These 2 come back. And then we reveal this one and decide where he goes. So it's either here or here. I need to sail. So I think here is a good one. Yeah. Here, so because I need to recruit as well. Or is it better here? No, I think this is better. Yeah. Because the most urgent one is this one. If I put it here, I combine it with building, which is also important, but not as crazily important. If I put him here, then I put it with recruiting. Recruiting is way more important. Okay, he's gonna come here. And then 2 legionnaires. So far they've been nice. So far they haven't been crazily blocking me. I guess that's still okay. All right, I'll go here. I have no money though, but I think I can. Oh no, there's no money. The money, wasn't there money here somewhere? Oh, it's here. I already got that. So it's recruiting for the power of 2. Still need a coin, which I don't have, so I can't go there yet. So it would have been better here anyway then. I mean, it doesn't matter with the legionnaires anyway, because they're in spots that I don't really care about. So if I go here, then I would sail for 1, which is doable. And wait. Yeah, 1. The other place is here, right? Yeah, this is better. Because this can get me this as well. All right, so I'll do that then. So I have 1 sail. So I go down, get 2 of this. And then it's 2 build. But I'm just going to spend 1 wood to get this one, which gives me 1 cube only, but it's my 5th building. And I'll put that here, for example. So we move forward. Okay, point-wise, that was not a good idea. Wait, so maybe I should take the more expensive one and leave this for the AI. So if I do this one, it is actually the wood and stone and a guy. But point-wise, it's way better. So 3 cubes, 3 points. And so I'll just add 2, which will give me 1 food. Oh, and I sailed. I'm supposed to pay here. I don't think I can afford it. I can't sail. Shoot. So instead of there, yeah, I can't sail. I can't afford it. Oh, that sucks. So I guess I'll go here. So instead of sailing and doing this, I will do this. And spend 1 food to put this guy here, I guess. That'll give me 1 coin. I need the coin to do this one. Okay, yeah, just 1 guy, 1 coin. All right, and then it's Legionnaires time. That was not a good round. That was really bad. Here and here. Okay, so I want to go here, but it's only 1 power though. Where am I gonna go? I can build again, except I can't afford it. So I think I need to go to work, which means go here. And then I'll put the guy here, which will give me 1 wood and 1 coin, and I lose 1 food. But that then allows me to recruit, which means I get to get 1 card and play 1 card. I don't want to do that though. I want to sail, but I don't have the resources to sail. Okay, so I'm not doing this. So I give the coin back, I get my food back, and I give the wood back. I think I need to do this, because this will give me 1 coin, and then I spend 2 coins to get 1 wine and 1 wine and 1 wood, and then I sail for 1. So it's here. So it goes here and then still here, because I will then do this one then, I guess. Okay. So wine and food. Okay. Then the Legionnaires come out. Oh, this is a really bad round. 1 goes here, and 1 goes here. So I'm out of money again, so I can't recruit again. So if I go here, I get sail 2. I need to get sail 2 to get the 14 points. So if I do this, it's sail 2 and also here. Yeah, okay, I'll do this then. So sail 2, which is boom, 14. And I need to pay Ah, but I can't pay the horse. It's sail 2. Doesn't make a difference. Yeah. Well, 14 points is way more important than the 5 points here, because that's only later, so it's not urgent. So I can do this, but or I do this, but that's the same thing. This makes no difference. I need to have 2. Yeah, I guess I have to do this. And yeah, I have to sail, so I have to pay the horse. And then I can cover this one in the middle. But it doesn't get me anything yet. And then I have the recruit action. I mean, I could go here actually. And then move forward here, so I'm close to the 5 points. Because I move forward once only. Yeah, I guess I'll do this then. Yep. Yeah, it's better than getting a card. Actually, you know what? I am going to get a card. I'm going to go here. 1 power. I'll just top deck and hope I get a really good one. It's not a really good one, but it can be money, I guess. Okay, so it's the end of the round. That's horrible. Really, really horrible. There's no way I can get this. No, absolutely no way I can get this. So I have to, at the end of this turn, or with my other turns, I'm going to have to try to salvage this somehow. There's no way I'm going to get 6. Buildings I can get 6. 5, very difficult to get 5. I might be able to get these 2. This one I have already, so I can get this stuff. That would give 8 points to them, which is so much. Anyway, yeah. So 12 points, 10 points. So I get 22. I have 14. Hopefully I can get 21 to them. You know, lower the impact a bit. So I can actually have a free person to play here, but then I still need 3 other people. Oh, it's going to be difficult. This one goes away. And move forward. This 1 point goes to their buildings. Then I win the race. That's 3. Then white comes down, so they are ahead of me temporarily. This one goes away. Legatus. So when we go to the hippodrome, you can spend 1 coin to get a person. So this one comes back. These go back. Is the last round. I'm gonna have to get some really. I'm gonna have to be really lucky, I think. This goes away. This goes away. Hup, 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 and hup. Oh, another one to play a card. So basically I have 2 spots now that could allow me to play a card for free. Well, it's not really free, it costs 1 wine. But even then getting to 6 seems not very likely. Because I have no money, and you need money. Alright, so let's see. First one, either here or here. So I want to get the building, so I at least get this. And then I think I need to focus here too. So it's these 2 basically. So I think this one is then nice because it increases this as well. So I could potentially get this, but then the bottom ones are way more important. Sailing would still be nice as well, but nothing seems to align for sail. Well, the building might be, but I only need to build once. I only need to build once, and then I need to do this multiple times, which is this action. So I guess he has to stay where he is to get more influence, I guess. The other one is here, which just boosts this and this, which is not that necessary, I feel. Yeah, no. So it's going to be like this. Legionnaires come out. There's one here and one here. So first action is going to be it's going to be what? I think it's going to be, man, there's so much I can't do because I had really bad resource control. Thinking maybe this one is actually better because I have no money whatsoever and I need money for everything. Yeah, I don't even have resources. I can't even place a guy. Oh my goodness, it's so bad. I can't build anything either. No, cannot build anything either. Because I need money to build. Unless I combine building with something that gets me money. But I don't see anything that gets me money. No, nothing. The only thing that gets money is this. Ah, so I could do this, actually. Alright, so first of all, this would give me 1 coin. Then I can't sell anything, so I have to spend that 1 coin to get food for later. And then I have this too, so it becomes 3. I get to get a tile, so I get an animal. There we go. So now I'm at 3 tiles, and I can place something, but I can't yet because I still have to build. The 6 people is not going to happen, so it's these 3. So I actually can put something here. All right, so legionnaires. So 1 over here and 1 over here. So I need to do this action again. And there's also building, but building I could now actually do if I spend the food and this, but I was actually going to use it for this. So I need to have 2 more though. So I need to go here. But will that get me anything? Because that would be potentially level 2 building. Yeah, okay, that'll get me something. So I'll do this. So it's 3 power, so I get 3 influence, so that's 6. So I could potentially do this, but I'm not going to do it because I can get these 2. So then I get a tile, so I'll get wood, put it here, move forward. So now I have 4 tiles, and I can do build then, level 1. Which would be a guy. Oh no, level 2. Level 2, which will be wood and a resource. Wood and a resource, so basically wood and food. So that's my 6th building, and that's 2 cubes. So at least I have dominance here. Doesn't really get me much, but okay. And I have 6 now, so I can put this here, which means I get 1 influence and 1 coin. So I have money again, yeah. All right, so thinking if I should sail. Sail would get me 2 of these. I actually need to sail. There's no way I can get to sail anymore. So I'm only going to have 17 points against their 22. This one moves forward. All right, so Legionnaires. Top blocked, so they get 1 point. And then here. Okay, so I have one more. I do have 1 coin now. But it doesn't help me. Oh, I need to do this as well. Oh, yeah. But I need a 5th one as well. If I don't get a 5th one, I give him 10 points. So I actually have to be here or here. Building, there's no way I can do it. This will get me $2. And then with this, I can do this action. But I'm not doing this action, which means I will lose 8 points. If I do the action, I will gain 3 points. I can't do the action, I don't have a horse. It doesn't matter. Oh, but I could sail first. Get the horse and then pay for that. And then spend the guy to move forward. That way I would get 8 points and they would not. But then I give them 5 points there. But that will allow me to do this. Yeah. I think I'm gonna let them get this, and I think I'm gonna go. I can't build at all. I'm gonna go here because these guys are not gonna give me anything. This is actually 4 points, but there's no way I can play it because I don't have enough coins. And yeah, so I go here. I can actually boost this up to 3, but then okay, so it's 3, but I spent 3 and I gain 3 to do this one, so it doesn't really matter. I take a tile, which also doesn't matter. Let's take a horse, whatever, and move forward. I get to place this here, so I score this. I get 1 influence and a coin, and then like this as well, 1 influence, which is another coin and a coin. So I suddenly have money. So that's what I did here, and then I still have this action. Actually, the power of 2, but it doesn't matter at all. Yeah, because the power has no influence on what happened there. I have a lot of coins now, but building doesn't matter with coins. Yeah, so I get another 2 coins, and then I can sell and buy goods. Now, at the end game scoring is goods and coins, so buying goods or whatever doesn't really make a difference. These cards don't do anything, so I might as well sell them for 1 coin. And that's the end of the game, basically. I don't feel confident in this at all, I'm telling you. All right, so first we have to do this as well. This goes to their pile. Yeah. And the 3 points goes to the AI, so I'll give it to them immediately. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. So let's take a look. First of all, sailing. Score victory points for both of your ships. So sadly, I only got to 17. So I'm at 17. They scored 12, 22. So that's 46. Wow, see the gap? Building contracts. Score the points, total points on your buildings. So that flip them over. So for me, that's 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 13. So that's 30. For them, it's 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So 54. Zone majorities. So I have obviously more than here. So I get 5. I have more here. That's 11 for me. So that's 41. It's 3, 7 plus 7 is 14. So that's 68. Then chariot tokens. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 12 points. So that's 53. They have 3. I already gave it to them. And then because they're ahead of me here, they get another 5 points. So that's 73. Follower cards. I have no endgame scoring there, which is really bad. And then the mosaic board. That's supposed to save me. I don't think it will. But we'll see. So this is 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, 22. Then this plus 2 is 24. Plus 2 is 26. I didn't manage to get any of these, which is really sad. So it's 26, and also like this, so 28. So that is 81. So I'm at 6, but then they will get 8 points, which is 73 plus 8 is also 81. Yeah. So it's a tie, but which means I'm going to win. Because I still have to do this. So goods and coin is 4 to 1. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coins. So that's just 1 point. And then influence and artisans. I have 8 influence and 2 artisans, which adds up to 10. Divided by 2 is another 5 points. So it's 12. All right. And I have 1 animal as well. So that's another 2 points. 14. Yeah, all right. So in the end, I win. But of course, this was easy. So add 10 points and I lose. Add 20 points and I lose badly. But this really messed me up, and the fact that I let the ships go there. So this game, I really, really like. I really think it's cool the way it works. It's much better with more people, because this becomes more interesting and you don't feel the need to rush here and rush here because of the way the point scoring works. That's very important. Also, it's not as painful here because in a multiplayer game, there might not even be anyone there, or you never know, right? Or they might not score everywhere and stuff like that. Because we have played it already multiplayer. Do check our podcast, because there I'm going to talk about it with Evangelos. We played together already. We might even play again. So keep an eye out, I would say. But yeah, let me know what you think of the game. If you like it or not, and what you think is cool about it. Okay, that's it. My name is Joachim. This is SMGSLT. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.